I need space. Those 3 words hit you hard, don't they? Your stomach clenches, your mind races. You hear, I need time to think. You hear, I'm confused, but I still care. You picture him wrestling with his feelings, missing you, missing the children, realizing his mistake. You tell yourself, he just needs a moment. I need to be patient. Give him what he needs. So you wait. You hold your breath. You rearrange your life, ready for his return, ready to fix everything. You believe this space is a pause, a chance for him to see clearly, to appreciate what he has. But here's the tough truth. What you hear and what he's actually doing, often 2 very different things. While you're waiting, hoping for his return, he's often making other plans. You give him space to sort things out with you. He's using that time to sort things out without you. He might be testing waters elsewhere, solidifying a decision already made. You think you're giving him room to miss you. He often sees it as room to move on. He's not usually deciding if he wants you. He's deciding if he wants this life he had with you. Often, he's already decided he doesn't. When he said he needed space, I used to think he was hitting a pause button on his life. I imagined him somewhere quiet, thinking deeply about us, about himself, replaying memories, wrestling with big feelings. Sound familiar? It's what we do, isn't it? We stop everything to analyze, to feel. But for him, that wasn't it. Not usually. He wasn't pausing his life at all. He was exploring, testing the waters, checking out what life could be like without you there, without the responsibilities. He was seeing what else was available. It wasn't introspection for him, it was a trial run. A way to feel out a different future, without fully committing to leaving the life he had with you. You were left in limbo, holding your breath, waiting for him to finish his thinking. But he wasn't really thinking about you in that way. He was thinking about himself and his options. It was a kind of trial separation, wasn't it? He got to experience freedom, or whatever he was looking for, all while keeping a safety net. You were that safety net. He could come back if his space wasn't what he hoped for, if those other options didn't pan out. I spent too many years trying to decode his words, trying to guess what he felt, what he wanted. It ate at me. It took my energy, my peace. One day, I just stopped. I decided I wouldn't try to guess his feelings anymore. I would only look at his actions. What did he do when he had that space? What did his life look like then? That's where the real answers were. Not in the words, but in the doing. And once I started seeing that, it became clear. My job wasn't to understand him. My job was to protect myself and our children, to build a future that didn't depend on his space or his changing mind. He says he needs space. He needs to think, to figure things out. But while he's off doing that, what are you doing? You're often stuck, in limbo. It's a waiting game you didn't ask for, and it drains you more than you realize. Think about your money. Can you make a real budget? Can you plan for next month's rent or the kids' school fees when you don't know if you're coming or going? You might be holding off on getting legal advice, on figuring out how to split assets, on even knowing where you'll live next. His need for space stops your financial life cold. Every day he delays is another day you are losing control, another day you can't make solid plans for your future or theirs. And your energy? It's constantly being pulled in 2 directions. One part of you hopes for a resolution, the other dreads it. This emotional tug-of-war is exhausting. It feels like your own life is on pause, waiting for him to press play again. You're not sleeping well. You're not fully present with your kids. You're not able to focus on your work or on finding new work because a big part of your mind is always on him, on his decision. Your children need stability.
They need to know where they'll live, who will pick them up, what their routine will be.
But you can't give them that certainty when your own life is frozen. You can't make decisions about moving, about their schools, about changing your job to better support them. They see your worry. They feel the uncertainty in the air. Everything truly important is on hold. His space isn't just about him. It's taking your time, your emotional resources, your ability to plan for the future. It's actively preventing you from rebuilding your life, from finding your own peace. Your time is precious.
You can't afford to let it slip away while someone else decides your fate. Your life is happening now.
But then there are times when "I need space" means something else entirely. You've lived enough to recognize the difference. Sometimes space isn't about growing or fixing things. It's just a way out, a soft exit. He doesn't want the hard conversation. He doesn't want to be the one to end it, not really. So he steps back. He says he needs to think, to figure things out. He leaves you waiting, in limbo. You're holding on to hope, or maybe just habit. But he isn't doing deep work on himself. He's working on his escape. He's avoiding the discomfort of a real goodbye, of taking responsibility for his choice. He'd rather let you hang there wondering than face an honest talk. That's easier for him. For him, it's about avoiding his own feelings, his own shame, not about making things better for either of you. You know this feeling. The slow fade, the quiet pull away. It isn't fair to you. It isn't fair to your children who need a clear picture, a stable ground. You can't build a future on his vague promises or his fear of saying what he really means. Your peace depends on you seeing this clearly. His need for space in these moments isn't about true self-reflection. It's about his fear of confrontation, his need to avoid the hard part. Your job is to see it for what it is, and then decide what you need for your peace. He's asking for space, but what about the space he's creating in your home? You might think you're shielding the children, staying strong, but they feel the shift. They feel the quiet tension you carry. That empty chair at the dinner table, it's not just an empty space for you. It's a constant, silent question for them. Where is he? When will he be back? Is everything okay? They don't ask with words. It's in their eyes, in how they play or don't play. Kids are sponges. They absorb everything. Your tight jaw when you're thinking, the forced cheerfulness on the phone, the times you stare into nothing. They see you holding your breath. They pick up on the lack of a clear plan. No one knows if he's coming back or when. This prolonged uncertainty means no solid ground. That lack of a clear family structure creates deep, unspoken anxiety. It settles in their bones. They watch your face to understand their own world. They might not ask directly. They might act out or become too quiet. They're waiting for clarity. They're waiting for your calm. Your peace is their peace. It's the most vital foundation you can give them. You can't control what he does. You can't make him decide, but you can decide for your home, for your children. Choose stability. Start building that new safe ground for them, for yourself. The waiting has to stop, not for him, but for you all to move forward, to breathe freely. Your strength in choosing that peace truly protects them. It shows them how to stand firm. He says he needs space. He took it. Now, what do you do with the space he left? You start building. You don't wait for him to decide. You make your own choices. Think of everything that got put off. Bills he should have sorted. House repairs he promised. School forms. That budget you always meant to create. Now is your time to tackle them, alone. Go to the bank. Set up your own account. Get access to all statements. Know what money comes in, what goes out. This isn't sneaky, it's being prepared. You need your numbers. Start making the small decisions. Dinner plans, what needs fixing, kids' schedules. You are in charge of your home, your children's routine. Your own peace. This isn't about revenge or regret, it's about building your future. A future where you stand solid with or without him. You are taking back control, one decision at a time. It feels heavy, but each step makes you stronger. You carve out your own ground. This is your space now. Sometimes, after all that talk of needing space, they do come back. It happens. You might feel a flicker of hope, thinking he finally understood. But pause. This isn't usually a sign he's had a profound change of heart. More often, it means his other options didn't pan out. The new freedom wasn't what he expected. The grass wasn't greener. He simply remembered the comfort, the routine, the one who always had his back. You. When he shows up again, be very clear-eyed. Don't let old feelings cloud your judgment. What has he actually done differently? Not just what he's saying. Has he put in work to understand what went wrong, beyond just missing you? Has he built new ways of being, new habits? Or is he just looking for a soft place to land? For someone to make things easy again, to pick up the pieces he left? Your life and your children's are not a waiting room for his indecision. You've started to build something new, stable. If he wants to come back, he needs to come back as a changed man, not just a tired one. He needs to show you, with actions, he's willing to do the hard, consistent work. No quick fixes, no returning to the way things were. That way didn't serve you. Protect the peace you're creating. Don't let his comfort override your hard-won stability. You've spent enough time trying to figure out what he meant, what he wanted, what he might do next. That path leads nowhere good, just more sleepless nights and a spinning head. The crying has to stop eventually. It really does. Because while you're trying to decode his words, life keeps moving. Your children need you present. You need you present. Your next step isn't about him. It's about building. Not begging for explanations, not begging for attention, not begging for a future he might not offer. It's about building a solid ground beneath your own feet. For you, for your kids. Start small. Look at your finances, really look. What needs to happen? A new job, extra hours, cutting expenses? These are not fun conversations to have with yourself, but they are necessary. Get advice from a lawyer, even if it's just one consultation. Know your rights. Know what you're entitled to. This isn't about revenge, it's about stability. Your children need routine. They need to feel safe and predictable, especially when their world feels shaken. You are the one who can give them that. Even if you're exhausted, set up those small daily anchors. Dinner at the same time, bedtime stories, weekends doing something simple just for them. These small acts build their peace and, in turn, yours. Stop waiting for him to decide. Stop waiting for him to come back. Build your schedule around your needs, your children's needs. If he shows up, great. If he doesn't, you're already moving forward. Your strength isn't in hoping he changes his mind. It's in making sure you and your kids are okay, no matter what he chooses. This isn't easy, I know. But you are stronger than you think. You have to be.